Jesus is preparing his disciples because it's the Last Supper again. We've been reading this all week long. He's preparing them because he knows he's leaving. Their lives are about to turn upside down. They've just had the Paschal meal, had a couple glasses of wine, and they're very relaxed. But within that night before they go to bed, their whole world will be turned upside down when Jesus is arrested. But the Lord starts off by saying, "Whoever loves me will keep my word." His sermon always is about love of God, love of one another, love of his word. And that's what I think we need to hear. When there was what's this story now? It's a rabbi who used to go to the Wailing Wall every morning, and he would pray for a long, long time. And a man named Sam, who had a little souvenir shop near the Wailing Wall, said to him one day, "Rabbi Aaron, what are you praying for every day?" And he said, "Well, I'm praying for world peace, and I'm praying that there will be fresh water everywhere over the whole earth. I'm praying for a cure for cancer. I'm praying for peace between nations." And he went on with several other things. And then finally he said, "Do you think you're being heard?" He said, "No, I think I'm talking to a wall." Well, he was talking to a wall. But the point is that he was praying to God, but he felt like he was talking to a wall. Do you ever feel that way? I do. We pray for lots of things, and oftentimes we don't get exactly what we asked for, or we get something else that turns out to be even a better blessing than we would have asked for. There's so many things. We've been praying for the next pastor of our parish for 6 months now, and we know who he is now. For those of you who were here Tuesday night, Father Dan Schlegel gave a beautiful presentation and told us that it will be Father John Pfeiffer, and he will also be the pastor of St. Vincent de Paul Parish on Lorraine Avenue. There's a twist in the answer to our prayers. We're getting a pastor who's 39 years old. 39 years old. I was praying for that we get somebody with some energy. I think God heard that prayer at least. But he must have a lot of energy because he's making him the pastor of 2 parishes. And of course, in everybody's mind, there were lots of questions. How can that work? Fears come up. Are we merging? No, he made that very clear. Each parish remains on its own. Will there be one parish council? No, there'll be one parish council and one finance council for each parish, just like it is now. Finances will not be mixed in any way whatsoever. The priest will be the pastor of both parishes, and he has to figure out how he's going to do that. It's going to be a great challenge, but we have to realize that the Lord's with us and he will help. He will help. There are about 12 or 13 other pastors in the diocese who in the past couple of years have received pastorates of 2 parishes. It's because of the declining number of available priests. And it's going to happen more and more that priests will be the pastor of 2 or even 3 parishes, because the number of priests is declining and the numbers being ordained are not equaling those that are dying or retiring. And so there's a great challenge in front of us. But with Jesus' words in the Gospels, don't be afraid, don't be troubled, I am with you. And we have to really believe those words. You persevered through that for 2 years when the parish was closed. Did you ever give up praying? No. Did you wonder how long it was going to take? Yes. And 2 whole years before the answer came, and it happened. And then everybody was so thrilled and came together with a whole new enthusiasm, which was a result of all that waiting all that time. And look at all the great things that have happened in 7 years. And that's because God blessed us. And the prayers of the Blessed Mother were with us. And they will continue. And so I just share that with you because I think Jesus is reminding us in the scriptures that we often get fearful and we often wonder when he's going to do things the way we want him to do it. And oftentimes he does it his way. My guess is that a couple years from now, you're going to be saying, look how great it is that we have this relationship with St. Vincent de Paul Parish. I hope that's what you feel. He's going to initially live at St. Vincent de Paul. The bishop felt that since we have the Center for Sober Living, there's someone always in residence on our property. St. Vincent does not have anybody in residence except whoever would live in the rectory. And so he's, feeling that present, and there's a retired priest, a classmate of mine who's physically not well, who lives at St. Vincent de Paul, and he needs somebody to help take care of him. So that will be another responsibility of this new young priest. He shared that with us the other night too. And so I think that we just have to wait and see. He's going to arrive at St. Vincent de Paul Parish on June 11th and get used to the people there. I'll still be here until June 30th. But on June 27th, he's going on vacation. He had this planned for several months before he realized that he was going to be transferred somewhere. And the bishop told him to just go ahead and go on vacation. We'll find priests to fill in. Or if you have to cancel some masses, we'll do it. We'll work it out. So he's going on a 10 or 11-day vacation. He'll be back on, I think, July the 8th. And the 9th actually comes back in the evening on the 8th. And so his first weekend here will be the weekend of our parish picnic, which I think works out really well because a lot of people will be there. He will celebrate all the masses that weekend, and then he can be here at the parish picnic to get to know all of you. So it's working out already in that sense. And so I told him I would give him as much support and help that I could. And he's a fine young man. He's a fine young man. He's been ordained for 12 years. His first parish was St. Gabriel's in Mentor for 4 years. The second one was St. Barnabas in Northfield for 4 years. And the third one was St. Albert the Great in North Royalton for 4 years. Those are 4 huge parishes, all with huge schools and all with 3 priests. So he's moving into a whole new experience here, but he comes prepared, I think, and I think we can believe that God's got his hand in all of this for us. So I just wanted to share that with you tonight. Jesus tells us in the gospel that he's always going to be with us, and we need to just keep remembering that day by day in our own individual prayers and whatever happens in our lives, that God is with us.